Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're doing another shop or drop video where basically I go through kind of new skincare releases and I tell you whether I would shop them or drop them. So I'm actually very excited for this video because although I started these shop or drop videos with the intention of them being more anti-haul type vibe, a lot of the products in here are really exciting. So let's just get into it. So the first product I wanted to talk about is the One Size by Patrick Starr makeup wipes. Now, I don't even have to look at the ingredients list to tell you how I feel about this product. I definitely think that this is a strong drop. I really don't like makeup wipes anymore. I think they're super wasteful. They're really bad for the environment. And although the burden of, environmental damage does not lie on the consumer, it lies on the huge corporations that are causing huge amounts of damage to the environment. I do think that there are small things that we can do here and there to help out. But beyond them just being bad for the environment because they are single use, they're also really bad for your skin. The constant tugging of makeup wipes on your skin as you're removing your makeup is not really great for your skin because the tugging and pulling and rubbing can be really aggravating, very irritating, and also causes long-term damage. I think it's much better for your skin to just use a cleansing balm or a cleansing oil to remove your makeup. It's a lot more gentle on your skin and it's better for the environment. The next product is the Ordinary's Niacinamide Powder. Now, the Ordinary does have a L-ascorbic powder, which makes sense to me, but this niacinamide powder feels a little silly to me. I don't know. As a rule, niacinamide is an amide, and amides are extremely stable molecules. And because they're really stable, they're easy to formulate and they're easy to stabilize in formulations. So when you compare that with the L-ascorbic powder makes sense because vitamin C is notoriously unstable. It oxidizes quickly and it loses its potency very fast. So it does make sense to sell, an L-ascorbic powder that you can create fresh vitamin C serum with whenever you need it. But to sell a niacinamide powder just feels a little weird because, first of all, I would say a lot of skincare products in the market right now do contain niacinamide. So there's really no need to supplement with an extra niacinamide powder fresh serum that you're creating in your bathroom. But because niacinamide is not hard to formulate and it doesn't degrade quickly, this just feels like a really kind of silly product to me because there's just no need to have, a fresh niacinamide serum every time you need to use niacinamide. So this is definitely a pass for me. Definitely won't be picking this up. I just don't really see the need for it. I just don't think it's necessary. And also I feel like it's really redundant because the vast majority of skincare products do contain a niacinamide in there somewhere. The next product is the Glow Recipe Papaya Cleansing Balm. Now, I am actually super curious about this. I used to really not be into Glow Recipe. I was like very into their packaging and very into their branding, but not so much their products. I just thought they were kind of meh because I tried the watermelon sleeping mask, I tried the watermelon moisturizer, I tried the avocado retinol sleeping mask. I didn't like the watermelon stuff. I felt ambivalent about the avocado one. Like, I liked it, but it wasn't like crazy amazing. But the product that really turned me on to Glow Recipe is their watermelon PHA BHA toner. I love that toner. So now that I have a little bit of brand affinity with Glow Recipe, when I saw this cleansing balm, I was like, ooh, this looks really fun. I do love the Pharmacy Green Clean cleansing balm, but I do like to switch it up. I'm not very loyal to cleansers in my routine just because I think there are so many fun cleansers out there, and cleansers really are like the most exciting step in my skincare routine. This cleansing balm looks like it has a really nice texture. I do really like the ingredients. It has some oils in there like apricot kernel oil, papaya seed oil. It does contain some enzymes to help with exfoliating, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't think that fruit enzymes are a very effective way to exfoliate your skin. I do think you're better off going with, an alpha hydroxy acid, polyhydroxy acid, or beta hydroxy acid. I'm not gonna dock points for there being, papaya enzymes in here because this is a papaya cleansing balm. I do wanna make a point that this does contain polyethylene. Now, polyethylene is a very controversial ingredient because microbeads made of polyethylene were banned in the USA not too long ago. The reason why they were banned is because they really accumulate in water systems and it really is bad for the environment. So they were banned and skincare products are no longer allowed to contain plastic microbeads that are made of polyethylene. However, if you see a product that contains polyethylene, I don't want you to be like, oh my god, they're including a bad ingredient, because in reality, polyethylene, when it's not in a microbead form, serves a very important purpose in cosmetic formulation. So plastic microbeads and polyethylene on its own are two completely different things. They're not the same thing at all. So when I see polyethylene in, you know, this Glow Recipe Papaya Cleansing Balm in the Pharmacy Green Clean, I'm not worried at all because I know that it's not clogging up the environment because it's not a microbead. So with that being said, I do think that I will actually pick this up after I finish my current tub of Pharmacy Green Clean. I do love Pharmacy Green Clean, I do, but I do like to switch it up, and so I'm very, very curious about this. The next product is the Herbivore Pink Cloud Rosewater and Tremella Creamy Jelly Cleanser. Now, I love cleansers. I think they are seriously like the most fun step in my entire skincare routine. I think you can get really creative with the formulation of cleansers and include, you know, really fun like sensory experiences in there, and the packaging can be really creative. So truthfully, cleansers are like my favorite part of my skincare routine. And I do love anything rose themed. I love the color pink. I love roses. I think it's just like really elegant and really feminine. So I really do like this. The packaging of it is really, really beautiful. And this is a low foaming cleanser. And while I think that it's less satisfying than a super high foam cleanser, I do still think that it's still effective at cleansing the skin. It's just not as, you know, mentally satisfying. It does contain gentle surfactants like decyl glucoside, and also contains hydrating ingredients like glycerin and sodium hyaluronate. And I also see some nice oils in here like moringa seed oil and squalane. While I don't think that cleansers can dramatically change your skin or anything, I do think it's really important to have a really great cleanser in your skincare routine, because having the wrong cleanser in your skincare routine can be really, really harmful for your skin if it's really drying and really stripping. But with a cleanser like this, it looks really gentle. It looks like it's not going to be drying at all. Obviously, I'd have to try it on myself to see, you know, how it performs, but at first glance, this is definitely something that I would try. The next product is the Peace Out Salicylic Acid Acne Treatment Serum. This does contain some of my favorite acne targeting ingredients, such as salicylic acid, niacinamide, and zinc PCA. Now, salicylic acid is a beta hydroxy acid, and it's great because it's oil soluble, meaning that it can actually get into pores and clean everything out, and it's really, really soothing and anti-inflammatory on the skin. Niacinamide is a great, really potent antioxidant that's really great at taking down redness and also taking down sebum production. And then lastly, zinc PCA is another really great antioxidant. It's also very soothing and also helps take down redness and sebum production. So with these three ingredients in here, I am very, very optimistic that the serum will be really, really helpful at both treating acne and preventing acne. This does contain some cica or Centella asiatica, which is actually a really interesting ingredient to me because you don't have to have a lot of it in a formulation for it to be effective, and it's super, super soothing on the skin in the sense that it takes down redness very, very easily. I also see 3,0-ethyl ascorbic acid, which is a more stable form of L-ascorbic acid. Like I mentioned earlier, L-ascorbic acid is notoriously unstable. So if I see, you know, a formulation that has a different form of ascorbic acid in it, I don't dock points because I get it. L-ascorbic acid is a pain in the butt to formulate. I don't love, you know, the lavender oil and the bergamot oil in here. I do think that essential oils are pretty irritating, especially for someone who has more acne prone skin. You really do want to be limiting any sort of like essential oils that are in your skincare routine. Obviously, some people tolerate them really well, some people don't tolerate them at all. It's up to you to decide, you know, how your skin best reacts to essential oils. But I think as a rule, it's always best to err on the side of caution and kind of stay away from them if you do struggle with very inflamed, very reactive skin. However, that being said, I'm not gonna just drop a product based off of like 2 ingredients in the entire ingredients list. I do think it's a little bit more nuanced than that, and so I'm not going to just drop the product completely just because I don't agree with 2 of the ingredients in there. Now, this product by Peace Out is meant to be a daily serum for people who have more acne prone skin, and I do kind of worry about the fact that it does contain 2% salicylic acid and it's meant to be used daily. I do think that it's, you know, very possible to over exfoliate your skin, which leads to a damaged skin barrier and really, really reactive, very angry, very inflamed skin. I do think that something like 2% salicylic acid is meant to be used all over the face, maybe, you know, at the most 3 to 4 times a week, spacing out, you know, days in between so you can give your skin a little bit of a break. But otherwise, I do really love the ingredients in here. I do think it's worth a try. I am personally quite happy with my current, you know, BHA routine that I have with the Pharmacy Deep Sleep Toner. But I do think potentially if someone is really struggling with acne prone skin and you do have like a lot of breakouts that you just cannot get a handle of, this very powerful combination of the salicylic acid, niacinamide, and zinc PCA could be very effective for you. Next, we have another salicylic acid treatment. This is the First Aid Beauty Pharma BHA Acne Spot Treatment Gel, 2% salicylic acid. This has a pretty simple ingredients list, but honestly, I love it. It contains 2% salicylic acid, which we already talked about, and I do see a lot of hydrating ingredients in here like glycerin, glycolic acid, and urea. Glycolic acid and urea are slightly exfoliating. Well, not slightly. Glycolic acid is definitely exfoliating, and urea can be exfoliating at certain concentrations. But I think at this point, where it is in the ingredients list, it's below phenoxyethanol, and phenoxyethanol can only be used at 1%. So because it's below phenoxyethanol in the ingredients list, I know the glycolic acid and urea are either at 1% or below 1%. So I don't think that they're going to have a very strongly exfoliating effect on the skin. I think the glycolic acid is in there more to stabilize the pH possibly, and maybe just add a little bit of extra hydration to the skin. It also contains antioxidants like green tea extract and licorice root extract, which are great ingredients. And it also contains colloidal oatmeal, which I think is a really nice touch because I do think the vast majority of, you know, spot treatments are very drying and very damaging. So the fact that they're kind of offsetting the salicylic acid with more hydrating ingredients, these soothing ingredients, and also the colloidal oatmeal, which is very moisturizing, I really do like that. Currently, I'm using a drugstore benzoyl peroxide spot treatment, and my oh my, it's very intense. I only ever use it on really stubborn pimples that just will not go away, because generally my philosophy with my skin is I just leave pimples alone. Like, I don't pick at them, I don't, you know, put treatments on them. I just kind of let them be and they resolve on their own within a few days. That's just for me personally. It works for my skin. Letting pimples run their course is generally how I address them. But if I do have like a really stubborn spot that's just getting worse and worse, I will slap some benzoyl peroxide on there and hope it gets better. It does get better because benzoyl peroxide is very powerful at the percentage that I use it, but unfortunately it really dries my skin out. So I would definitely be willing to pick this up if it meant that, you know, it would be a little bit less drying, but also, you know, likely less effective than the benzoyl peroxide, because I do think my benzoyl peroxide treatment is like 10% or something ridiculous like that. So I do think it'll be less effective, but ultimately I do think that the trade-off of effectiveness versus drying your skin out is something really important you need to pay attention to. So because I don't like drying my skin out, I would be willing to give up some of that potency if it meant my skin would be a little bit happier after the pimple has run its course. Oh shoot, that was actually the last product. I totally didn't realize that. So that was the last product that I have to talk about in this shopper drop, but I do have a really quick ingredients evaluation of a product that you guys suggested in the comments down below of a previous video. So today's ingredients evaluation is going to be the Glow Recipe Banana Moisturizer. Now, I'm gonna preface this by saying I don't particularly like bananas on their own. I like them in smoothies, but I don't like eat bananas necessarily, and I really don't like the scent of them. So I personally will not be buying this because bananas just don't spark joy for me, so why would I put a banana themed moisturizer on my face? However, I do see the value in this product. Looking at the ingredients list, I'm actually very impressed. It's a very extensive ingredients list, but I do think that every single ingredient serves a very important purpose. I see a lot of moisturizing oils, I see hydrating ingredients, I see antioxidants, I see soothing ingredients. It looks really nice. Some of my favorite ingredients in here, looking at it very quickly, are jojoba seed oil. I see cica in there, Centella asiatica. I see sodium hyaluronate. I see bisabolol. And I do have to say that bisabolol is definitely a very underrated skincare ingredient. Oftentimes we overlook this ingredient because it's not as, you know, sexy as other ingredients. But I do have to say that this ingredient is really soothing. And I do think that it would be missed if we didn't have it in formulations. So if you want me to evaluate any skincare product that you're curious about, then definitely comment it down below in the comments, and in a future video I'm going to pick a comment and evaluate the ingredients of that product at the end of the video. So I want to know what your thoughts are on any of these products. I do think that this was meant to be an anti-haul, but it kind of turned out to be a very positive video just because I feel like the products that have come out lately are just really, really good and they really, really excite me. So potentially we're looking at, you know, multiple products that I would be picking up in the future to test for my channel. If you want me to review any of these products, then definitely let me know and I would be, you know, a little more convinced to buy them. My birthday is coming up next month in August, so, you know, it could potentially be a little birthday present for me. But yeah, with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching and spending this time with me. Have a beautiful week and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!